Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of
The Skooled Zone.
Alright, so before we get started, I just wanted to let you know that I went to a concert last night and my voice may sound a little raspy, maybe is the word I'm looking for there. I was actually the designated driver, so I'm not hungover or anything, but it was definitely a long night, so I'm going to try to keep my energy up, and I'll see what I can do to fix my voice a little bit in post. You may end up not even noticing a change, you know, if I can do it right, but just in case I can, I wanted to let you know. All right, so in the last episode, we took care of the ground floor, the basement, and the first floor, and now we're getting ready to tackle this broadcast station up here, and then make our way up to the second and eventually the third floor. So let's go ahead and check this out. So we opened that with the Dunwall Tower skeleton key. I think if you ever play this game, that is the best key to grab out of the BOYLE mansion because it's a skeleton key. A skeleton key basically means that it can open up any lock. So definitely make sure you grab that before you head in. I hear a spark. Yes, okay, so there's an arc pylon up there. If we go up the stairs without disabling this thing, come here, little ratties, then we will get a nice little shock. So I don't need to rewire it because I think there's just a little, there we go. Already had that, but anyway, there's a broadcast engineer up here that we can talk to. I don't know why I'm crouching because he's a non-hostile. All right, so that's going to lead eventually to the door that goes to where the overseer is. But we are going to just keep on rolling around the corner, up the stairs.
A citywide ban on whale oil is now in effect. Citizens are encouraged to bring any whale oil in their possession to the City Watch at once. Anyone caught burning oil will be subject to arrest. This message is a directive from the Lord Regent himself. We must all trust in the Regent.
So all those annoying messages that you hear being broadcast around are coming from this guy. So let's talk to him real quick.
Please don't hurt me. You're here to kill the Regent, aren't you? Spare my life, and I can help you beat him. He makes recordings on audiograph, secrets, some that would destroy him if others heard. Played on this amplifier, his confessions will be broadcast throughout the city. He'll be ruined. The audiograph card you want is in a safe in the Lord Regent's room, but I was able to see the combination over his shoulder. 935. Trust me, what's recorded on that card will do the trick. Good luck.
All right. So he gave us the code as well. So even though we're probably not going to go the non-lethal route in this case, we at least got the code to some goodies in his vault. Let's see if he's got anything else to say.
His chambers can be reached by the balcony. Be careful. It's likely he's in his chambers right now. It's over, isn't it? I won't need to make these announcements. My brother has a farm north of here. I think that's where I'll go.
Okay, so we are just going to go ahead and take him out so he doesn't rat on us, and he's safe so he can head up to his brother's farm. All right, so hopefully, I'm not positive, they may still do it as a matter of course, but hopefully we won't hear those annoying announcements anymore when we're like walking around the streets. All right, so let's see if there's anything we can grab in here. I don't think there's any loot. There's a book, though. The Abbey of the Everyman. Excerpt from a larger work on the history of the Overseers. The Abbey of the Everyman is the seat of religious power and inspiration for all overseers across the Empire. The order arose over the years to protect the common people from the ravages of the outsider, until the need for a central bastion of authority was deemed necessary. A bastion is basically a heavily fortified building. This imposing structure is a destination for pilgrims seeking refuge or guidance. Many mistakenly attribute the Abbey's construction to the High Overseer Benjamin Holger, when it was in actuality Holger's successor, John Clavering, who laid the foundation. Shortly after the Abbey was completed, every overseer in the land gathered there and began to trek to Whitecliff. There a great siege commenced. As the overseer purged the region, the battle raged against the heretics, witches, and thralls of the outsider. A thrall is a person who is physically or mentally forced into servitude. The word actually comes from the Old English word for slave. Though Holger was killed in the struggle, Whitecliff was cleansed, and the ceremonial rites that followed lasted for a month, giving birth to many invocations and speeches which were inscribed in tomes and carried back to the Abbey, where they are still revered today. Alright. So, yeah, I think that's about it here. Here's an interesting question, actually. When was radio broadcasting invented? Well, radio broadcasting, or even just simple PA systems, didn't arrive on the scene until the first decade of the 20th century. So, along with that two-way video communicator downstairs, this is one of the few anachronistic technologies in Dishonored. Alright, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to head back down to the first floor and then work our way up the stairs from the first floor. Let's go ahead and head over here and find those stairs. Not that way. Here we go. Okay, there's one person. Oh, that bus kind of scared me for a second there. All right. Okay, there's a guard there. Now, most of the guards are actually going to be out of commission because we took them out with that big rat infestation. Up there's one. Let's jump up on this chandelier here. Stalking him like a hawk. That was close. For some weird reason, I pressed the button to choke him out. So we are just gonna have to just put him over here where he's not gonna be found. Woo, that was close too. I threw him up against the glass. That guard didn't seem to notice though. Cutting it too close. I'm just gonna close that door, grab this rewire tool. Let's see here. Grenade. We don't need any of that. And that security system's on the other side of the wall, so it looks like we're gonna have to yeah. Let's not mess around with that dog. Let's head on up here. And why don't we see if we can bolt this guy without anybody noticing? Excellent. Okay. And why don't we see if we can sleep dart this dog. I'm probably gonna have to waste one to break the glass, but hopefully that won't happen. Yep. I love the way that they stumble around for a little bit. Reminds me of those animal videos on YouTube where the animals are coming back from the vet. Anyway, yeah, that's all right. I kind of figured that would be the case, but let's head down here and see what's in this little area. Okay, so there's a lot to check out in here. I always like to kind of monitor my exits first before we let our guard down. Okay, so I think that's the door that's going to take us up to the very top little cathedral area, or the library where the overseer is. Is there another guard in this other room here? No. Okay, so we are good to go. I don't think we need any of that. And grab this this painting here, the Empress and the Empty Set. Okay, so the empty set, I think, is a mathematical term. Not sure the exact definition, so I'll put a pop-up in post, but let's grab that. Nice grand piano there. Empress Jessamine KALDWIN. I don't think we read this one yet. Let's check it out. Excerpt from a book on the late Empress. Many of those who lived through her reign will weep until the ends of their lives over the pale beauty with the piercing eyes, and the foul end she met at the hands of her own twisted servant and protector. Except that didn't happen. In her father's day, the KALDWINs were thrust into the limelight despite their distance to the throne, when the former dynasty provided no heirs. A prosperous age followed the emperor, but his daughter would have different luck. During her short life, political intrigue and minor conflicts created cracks in the empire, undermining unity across the Isles. The rat plague, however, was a terror for which neither Empress KALDWIN nor any other living being was prepared. Okay, we actually talked about harps in the Golden Cat. Let's grab that decorative plate. It has the name of Granny Rags. Is there another book? Guess not. Okay. Don't think there's anything left to school in here, so let's keep rolling on. Okay, so just for good measure, we'll rewire that. Don't think it'll come into use, but better safe than sorry. I may accidentally end up walking through it and forgetting that I, in fact, let's just test that out. All right. Oh my goodness. He definitely lucked out there. Let's make sure he doesn't turn around. These guys are such a pain. Alright, awesome. Okay, so we should be good now. Let's head across the hall and see what this area has to offer. Then we'll head over there to that Regent's safe. Anyway, what I was about to say was I'm glad I'm still sneaking around, because there are a few stragglers here and there that could cause some problems. Ooh. Man. We are definitely lucking out today. Okay, let's see if we can very stealthily drop down behind her and choke her out. Woo! That was close. Okay, let's set her down on the bed. What's this book here? Daughter of Tivia. Okay, we read this back at the Golden Cat. I mentioned it was a form of early erotica writing, so I'm getting the impression... Yep. I'm getting the impression that she was more than a maid. Let's grab all this stuff and see if there's anything else in here. Oh, yep. Okay. You naughty, naughty man, Royal Spymaster. Okay, so I remember this area. I have to come up here and turn this light. It's gonna open the back of this fireplace, which I think is totally awesome. I'm so into like mystery novels and like, you know, just general spy stuff. Okay, let's grab the hemlock and this coin. And then there is a little bone charm up here. Let it be something good. Come on, come on. Healthy appetite. Okay, I think that's a thing where if you're wounded, you can eat food and it'll give you a little more health. Let's check it out. Yep, food heals you slightly more. Okay, we won't equip that now, but that can be useful. Let's check out this note. Empress to Corvo. Corvo, I have missed you while you've been away. If I could trust anyone else with these matters, I would gladly send them so you could remain close. But there is no one else. The plague has taken so many. The Spymaster was right to insist that I send you. When you're away, every day seems a heavy burden. Even simple tasks seem worrisome. Emily is difficult to manage, and the great troubles of the city, the conflict, and the plague all seem insurmountable. But when you're near, it is different. My heart is at peace. All right. Maybe she had a little thing for Corvo. Never know. Let's listen to this.
Emily, my daughter, I know that one day you'll be grown up, and I wonder what you'll remember of these years. Will you recall your time as a child with fondness? Or were there too many caretakers, formal dinners, and lessons about boring old history? Maybe the precious hours we spent together will shine brighter. Time captured now and then with your mother and with Corvo, who was always close to my heart. I hope the season of rats and plague will be nothing more than a passing shadow on your early memories. A crisis come and past, weathered by your mother and her advisors. You'll sit on the throne someday, and will do well, I hope. It's a tricky life, full of responsibility and peril. It was not your choice to be the daughter of an empress, but I believe you'll rise to the challenge. Stay good-hearted, Emily. Keep drawing and telling stories, and only share your power with those you truly trust.
All right, interesting stuff. You know, I just had a weird thought. Wouldn't it be really trippy if Corvo was Emily's father? You know, I'll have to give it props to Arcane Studios and Bestsoft if they reveal that Emily is the daughter of Corvo in Dishonored 2. That would be kind of badass. All right, let's get on up out of here. And continue our rounds. I think we're pretty safe here, but once again, I'm just gonna continue sneaking, just in case. Okay, General Tobias' quarters. We read a note, actually, that had his name in it outside of Dunwall Tower. So let's start looting and checking this stuff out. Imperial Pocket Watch. We talked about pocket watches in a past episode. The Royal Spymaster. We may have read this. Let's check it out. Okay, maybe not. So let me go ahead and read it. Excerpt from a historical record of government positions and ranks. It is said that the office of the Royal Spymaster has existed for as long as there have been emperors and empresses. However, in the earliest days of the Empire, this position existed in secrecy. Only after the Morley insurrection was the position publicly acknowledged, due to the tremendous role that the acting Spymaster played in quelling the rebellion. To quell means to suppress or put an end to something. Originally, members of the military or officers of the City Watch were advocated for the role. Advocated means championed or suggested highly in favor of something. Chosen by the Admiralty. In recent years, the outgoing Spymaster made recommendations on his replacement from the small cadre of espionage agents serving him. A cadre is basically a group of highly trained individuals, not always, but usually in the context of military actions. In this way, continuity is preserved, since many of the covert projects, covert means secret, undertaken by the government are not committed to writing and only communicated in whispers behind secure doors. This leads to the most common critique of the office of the Royal Spymaster, that actions are taken and deeds committed that even the Emperor or Empress is not aware of. This lack of oversight or accountability is a commonly debated topic during parliamentary sessions, but those who hold the position of Royal Spymaster insist that in order to function, the role must exist outside existing bureaucracy or law. So this is an interesting concept, actually. It doesn't just go back, since the dawn of governments and politics and the military. This is still happening today with things like the CIA and the NSA. How much can they tell the president? You'd be surprised that there is a lot that the president may not even know about what goes on in some of the black ops, military actions, and the national intelligence community. Okay, is there anything else? There's a note. Oh, look at that. Some blueprints for some explosive shots. Okay, that'll be fun. Some coins. Let's see what this note is. Concerns about the Royal Interrogator. General Tobias, I have to press you again, sir. The torturer has been coming into the barracks at night. Last night, Corporal Husso woke up to find the freak leering at him in the dark. Other men have reported that personal items have gone missing, with odd things left in their place. Sanders said he found a bunch of teeth wrapped up in his handkerchief. Teeth! And Bilson found 3 painted rat heads on the string in his shaving kit. Whatever this is, it has to stop. The men are rattled, and I don't know how long I can keep them from going into that bastard's room and beating him to death in his sleep. I don't care what you call him, executioner, torturer, royal interrogator, or bat-faced troll. He's got to stay out of the barracks. First Commander Gregory. Yeah, that's interesting that they'd allow someone who practiced black magic to hang out with them. Okay, we have a little study here. Let's check this out. Tower of Dunwall. Excerpt on a historical examination of Dunwall Tower. By the way, I'm really interested to know whether that A in front of historical is a mistake, like a spelling mistake, or whether A in front of an H is becoming like more common parlance. It's interesting. I always say it with an A, but I think grammatically you're supposed to use an N. I could be wrong though. For over a century, Dunwall Tower has been the capital of the Isle of Bristol, and the seat of power across all the isles of the Empire. Rulers have come and gone, each adding something to the structure. Gardens, observatories, new walls, pools, and specialized interior chambers to suit their needs and whims. Dunwall Tower has withstood numerous wars, several large-scale fires, and the collapse and rebuilding of the northern wing. With Tivia and Serkonos joining the Empire first, it was Morley that resisted the longest. Some of the conflicts that arose also necessitated the further fortification of the tower. Repeated assassination attempts near the end of the conflict with Morley resulted in the creation of the Royal Protector position, with each ruler choosing his or her own Royal Protector after careful consideration. A little bit more information there. Better late than never. Here's a book. Failed Experiments. Oh, we read this outside of Piero's workshop. There's the safe. Let's see where this goes real quick. Oh, okay. So this is when we were checking out the broadcast station and we looked from the other direction. This is where, I'll just show you real quick. So when we peered out and I said this is going to lead to where the Overseer is, that's what I meant. Oh, there's a book there. The Sewers Beneath Dunwall. So yeah, I'm glad I stepped out into the hallway. I would have missed that. Let's check it out. Excerpt from a light historical overview of the architecture of Dunwall. Across the generations, the aqueducts and tunnels beneath the city of Dunwall have served a variety of purposes. In the earliest days of the city's history, several primary canals were used to channel river overflow during times of flooding, and for a time it was fashionable for wealthy aristocrats to commission underground water passages, giving them access to their estates from the Wrenhaven River and its minor tributaries. Over the years, these tunnels began to interconnect, sometimes by design and sometimes by accident. The history of the tunnel system is rich. As every schoolchild is taught, rebels used the sewers extensively during the Morley insurrection. And discussed in popular bar songs, lovers often find privacy in some of the cleaner entry points, with fresh air brought in on the winds from the river itself. Oh, you remember those that couple we saw down in the sewers? They eventually died down there, and they wrote a little journal about it, but that could be a little nod to that. On a darker note, in addition to seeing traffic from gangs and smugglers, it is rumored that the current Royal Spymaster himself, Hiram Burrows, has a network of informants who know the twists and turns of the sewer system by heart. Until recent times, the older tunnels suffered from repeated collapse, creating sinkholes that occasionally consumed entire street corners. The current system rarely suffers from such calamity. Calamity means like a disaster, usually like a public disaster. Since the sewers were reinforced and expanded by the city planning department during the rule of Emperor Euhorn KALDWIN I. So yeah, all right. So let's check out the safe. Oh, and you know what? We're just gonna head right over to this rune. Hear it already. Oh yeah, 3 out of 4. How close are we getting? 6 out of 8. 2 more. Oh man. The High Overseer. I don't think we read that one yet. Let's check it out. Excerpt from a series on overseer roles and rituals. Over the centuries, the Abbey of the Everyman has held its place as the dominant religion across the Isles. Not only do its adherents call it the only meaningful faith, adherents are very strict supporters or followers, but aside from a few tolerated variants, they castigate the followers of other religions as heretics. Castigate means to criticize or even punish, actively resulting in harm rather than harmony. A key component to the Abbey's health is the High Overseer, venerated by all other overseers, the women in the oracular order, and the congregations from each town and city across the empire. The High Overseer is called upon to interpret the 7 strictures and to initiate important ceremonies such as the Fugue Feast at the end of each calendar year. Above all, the High Overseer must embody the strictures, serving as a living example of their perfection. Upon the death of the acting High Overseer, it falls upon the council, made up of elder overseers, to call for the Feast of Painted Kettles, the first step in the arduous process of choosing a new leader for the Abbey. We talked about the word arduous in a past episode, but I think this is the first time we've heard about this Feast of Painted Kettles. That's kind of interesting. What else we got around here? Man, we are doing so good. Oh, here's a note. Lady Boyle missing. Lord Regent, our search for the missing Lady Boyle continues with limited results. No one seems to know what happened to her, though there was a rumor circulating that she left the party by boat. It seems unlikely, but in any case, the witness in question saw nothing more, so even that lead went cold. I know Lady Boyle is dear to you. Rest assured we will redouble our efforts to locate her. Captain Galloway. Alright, I have a feeling that this note changes depending on your action, whether you kill her or, you know, if you do the non-lethal route, whatever. So, okay, so let's tackle this safe. Spin that globe first. All right, so that radio broadcaster guy gave us the combination, which I think I remember was 935. Let's give it a try. Awesome. Okay, we got a little surprise here. Imperial Jewel Box. Okay, so these are this is the confession audiograph, and then we have a note called a dead drop. And by the way, a dead drop is a secret location known only to 2 different spies used to exchange information. A live drop is when 2 spies meet and exchange a message in person. It's called a dead drop when the spies never meet and may not even know each other, thus the trail runs dead if caught. Lord Spymaster, we had a specific agreement and I planned around it. The Royal Protector wasn't part of that agreement. You assured me that she and the girl would be alone, so the price of the job just went up. Send the coin to the alternate dead drop or you can be sure we'll come calling. Dowd. Alright, so as you probably know, Dowd's the one who kidnapped Emily, killed the Empress, and is the so-called protagonist in one of the DLCs. Both of them, actually. Okay, so we're not going to do this non-lethal route, but let's go ahead and grab it just for the heck of it. Yeah. Let's see if this is a Sokolov technology in the new age. Okay, we read that back at the Hound Pits pub, so I think we're good to go. Yeah, we definitely want to get that opportunity to slay that good old Spymaster. Therefore, we are not going to do the non-lethal route. Wow, I think we did a good job. Well, maybe we didn't cover some areas over here. Yeah, this area is where the overseer was reading that chant from the book. And then we looked up here where I'm standing now and shot a guard that was peering over. By the way, I'm very curious what this symbol is that represents the overseers. I've seen it sideways and not up and down like this on most of their helmets and stuff. So I think instead of being like a U, I think it's supposed to be a C. Like if we looked at it like that, I think it's supposed to be a C. And that object in the middle of it looks like a cross between a cross and a trident. Trident is like a 3-pronged spear, as in like Poseidon from Greek mythology. Okay, I don't think there's anything else to school in here, so let's keep rolling. Yep, just a little reading room, I guess. Okay, I think we circled around, and this is where we were able to pass through and enter the door up here that will lead us to Hiram Burroughs, who must die. Okay, so this is going to be a fun little session up here. A lot of action, actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to take care of that in the next episode and then just roll right into the mission right after that. So this is going to be a fun one next time, so stay tuned. And as far as this episode goes, hope you learned a little something. Make sure you hit that like button, share this video, subscribe if you haven't. Any support like that is always appreciated. We want to grow this channel strong. Once again, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.